دمها كان يغني
لينا لا لا لا
لينا كانت طفلة تصنع غدها لينا سقطت لكن دمها كان يغني كان يغني كان يغني
للجسد المصلوب الغاضب للقدس ويافا وأريحة للجسد المصلوب الغاضب للقدس ويافا وأريحة للشجر الواقف في غزة للنهر الهادر في الأردن للجسد الغاضب في الضفة يا نبض الضفة لا تهدأ أعلنها ثورة حطم قيدك اجعل لحمك جسر العودة يا نبض الضفة لا تهدأ أعلنها ثورة حطم قيدك اجعل لحمك جسر العودة فليمسي وطني حرة فليرحل محتلي فليرحل فليمسي وطني حرة فليرحل محتلي فليمسي وطني حرة فليرحل محتلي فليرحل فليمسي وطني حرة فليرحل محتلي
في الضفة أصغرهم أوسطهم أكبرهم ثائر في الضفة
Keep it short, just for the photos particularly. Thanks.
Occupation no more.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Israel attacks state.
Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free.
Palestine.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
Free, free.
Palestine.
Free, free.
Palestine.
Boycott.
Israel.
Boycott.
Israel.
Free, free.
Palestine.
Boycott.
Israel.
Free, free.
Palestine.
Boycott.
Israel.
Free, free.
Palestine.
From the river to the sea.
free.
From the river to the sea.
Palestine will be free.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Palestine. Palestine. Palestine
Will be free.
Free, free. 1, 2, 3, 4. Occupation no more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Occupation no more. Free, free. Palestine. Free, free. Palestine. 1, 2, 3, 4. Occupation no more. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea. Palestine will be free. 1, 2, 3, 4. Occupation no more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Occupation no more. 4, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a terror state. 4, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a terror state. No, no. Everyone's about to get out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Occupation no more. Occupation no more. Israel is a terror state. Israel is a terror state. Palestine. 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 There's Big Joe. Yeah, but no, you don't have to move at all. You just keep it at That's
Palestine, Palestine. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There's so many of you, we can be so much louder. Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a terrorist state. 5, 6, 7, 8. Because in our millions, in our billions, in our millions, in our billions, in our millions, in our billions. Oh, Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry. Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry. We will never let you die.
We will never let you die.
We will never let you die.
I'm going to introduce you to our first speaker, our chairperson, Zoe Lawler. She's the Island Palestine Solidarity Campaign and Culture and Sporting Liaison in Limerick. She's from Limerick, and she's our Sporting and Culture Officer. She has been campaigning for Palestinian rights as part of the Island Palestine Solidarity Campaign for over 2 decades. She is also a co-founder of Gaza Action Ireland in 2011, and she spent a week in Israeli prisons after being kidnapped in international waters on the Irish ship to Gaza. Please welcome Zoe Lawler.
Thank you, Fatih. Hello, everyone. You keep turning up for Palestine. What a show of solidarity with the Palestinian people. Well done, all of you. And we need that solidarity more than ever. Every day we see horror and mass murder. We see the broken bodies of Palestinians, children pulled from the rubble, covered in dust and blood, parents desperately running with their kids into hospitals, fathers, mothers, children, the elderly shot down in cold-blooded executions, people queuing for food gunned down and rolled over by tanks, people being deliberately starved to death, destroyed neighborhoods and lives. We see Israel's unconscionable crimes, we see their genocide, and we see the disgrace, the unforgivable complicity of so many Western governments. And we also see the consistent and unacceptable inaction of our government. Well, enough, we demand action from them. And as we see this, Palestinians are living it. More than 32,000 people have been murdered. Over 13,000 children have been murdered. In the West Bank, more than 500 people, including at least 120 children, have been murdered. 12-year-old Rami Hamdan was shot in the heart last week while lighting a firework for Ramadan. Countless thousands of people have been detained in apartheid Israel's dungeons, where they are massacred, or tortured, abused and starved. And Israel is committing a flower massacre every day. Every day, people who are trying to get food for their families are murdered by these sadistic war criminals with no consequences. Since the flower massacre, over 600 Palestinians have been murdered trying to get or give out aid. Doctors, nurses and patients are being tortured and executed at Shifa Hospital. It is barbarism. And we say this today and we will say it forever. They are not numbers. They are our sisters, our brothers, our people, and we grieve and mourn for their immeasurable loss. We see the skeletal bodies of children like Yazan El-Kafana, who starved to death, and all the people who have died of hunger and dehydration, all while the aid trucks, thousands of them line up at Rafah, blocked entry by Israel. And we have the shameful US peer beautiful Palestinians murdered there. Absolutely criminal. We see the parachutes dropping useless food packages from the sky, killing people as they fall. We see Western powers. They lied about Shireen Abu Akleh. They lied about the hospitals. They lied about the north of Gaza. They lied about the south of Gaza. They lied about the flower massacre. They lie about everything. We want the isolation of Israel. We want apartheid Israel out of FIFA, out of UEFA, out of the Olympics, and out of Eurovision. Boycott apartheid Israel.
Free Palestine! Regarding the artists, let's not forget Imelda May wearing the Palestinian dress, like this one I'm wearing in Late Late Show. So fair play to her. I just want to mention something, the card, I'm sure you've seen it today. We have 20,000 cards between us and Sadaka. We are working on this card. You have it on the IPSC stand there. We want the government to take actions. We don't, enough with the words, we need actions. Ireland has a duty to do all in its power to prevent genocide. We all know that a genocide is taking place in Gaza and we must act now. 71% of Irish people in the recent poll supported Ireland introducing sanctions against Israel. Let's sanction Israel! Boycott Israel! Sanction Israel! So we want these cards to end up in the Taoiseach's office in the next 2 weeks. So please collect a card. If you have family and friends who are willing to get the card, sign it, post it, put a stamp on it. You have to put a stamp on it and send it by post within these two next weeks. Now for our next speaker, our special next speaker, Saleh Hijazi. Saleh is an apartheid-free policy coordinator at the Palestinian Boycott, Divestment and Sanction National Committee, the BNC, which we, the IPSC, affiliate to. Saleh has previously worked for Amnesty International, where he was MENA Deputy Regional Director. He is a co-author of the Amnesty groundbreaking report, Israel Apartheid Against Palestinians, Cruel System of Domination and Crime Against Humanity. And of course, Salah came all the way from Palestine. So a very warm Irish welcome to our Palestinian speaker, Salah Hijazi.
Thank you. Beautiful, great people of Ireland. Salam alaikum. I'm coming from Palestine with a message of appreciation and thank you for this beautiful, persistent solidarity. Today, as I speak, as we march, Israel continues with the support of the US, the UK, Germany, and other Western powers, its genocide against our people in Gaza. It continues to entrench its apartheid across the land. It continues its ethnic cleansing in the West Bank, where I live. It continues its colonial oppression against 14 million Palestinians, half of which in colonized Palestine, and the others in forced exile. This is only possible. It's only possible that Israel is able to starve children to death, to entrench its apartheid, to continue its colonial oppression because of complicity. And this complicity exists here in Ireland. There's still diplomatic relations, there's still military relations, cultural relations, academic relations. Your taxpayer money is still being invested in companies that make profit out of war crimes and crimes against humanity that are being perpetrated against our people. Shannon Airport is still being used to send military support to Israel. They still trade with illegal settlements. This can end today. It can end today with the passing of legislation that has been on the tables for years, the Occupied Territories Bill. It can end with the passing of legislation that would divest from companies that are complicit in the war crimes and crimes against humanity that are being perpetrated by Israel against our people. It can stop by ensuring that there is...
And of course you can hear Saleh in more details. He's touring Ireland. Check our website to see in which city he will be speaking. But he will be speaking in Dublin next Tuesday, the 26th at 7 p.m. Burke Theatre, Arts Block, Trinity College. So join us on Tuesday if you're in Dublin.
We hold the dream. The dream splits the night. Sprung from the soil. Truth into light. So be you the light. These darkened halls, on the hurt that is held at the soul of a soul. So be you the dream, and breathe memory. May love lift us up to wide-eyed reverie, to wide-eyed reverie, to wide-eyed reverie. From the river to the sea, from the river to the sea, from the river to the sea, from the river to the sea. يلا عليك يا قلب حزين، وهذه السنين تدمع العين. لا حبيبة يا فلسطين، يا لوين العرب. The sea, from the river to 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 the sea. Everybody. From the river to the sea, from the river to the sea, from the river to the sea.
Our next speaker is another special guest, Senator Frances Black. Frances Black is a dear friend, and she is an independent senator who originally introduced the Occupied Territories Bill, which we're asking the government to enact this bill. And she has been tireless worker for Palestine, for Palestinian rights, both inside in the Oireachtas and outside. She is also a renowned singer and supporter of the Palestinian call for a cultural boycott of Israel. Please welcome Frances Black.
Thank you. I can't believe it's actually 5.5 months that have passed and the genocide in Gaza is continuing unabated. Gaza is at the brink of destruction because for too long Western countries have refused to hold Israel to account for its crimes against the Palestinians. I believe the only way to bring Israel to the negotiating table to make them an economic and the only way to bring Israel to the negotiating table is to make them an economic and diplomatic pariah like apartheid South Africa did. We need to boycott, divest from and sanction the apartheid state of Israel to stop its genocide in Gaza. If Ireland doesn't take meaningful, practical action against Israel, then all the speeches and expressions of concern will be absolutely worthless. It was reported, and I just want to give you a couple of facts here. It was reported recently that Irish exports of dual-use items, which have both military and civilian functions, to Israel grew from 11 million euros to 70 million euros last year. It's absolutely obscene. It's obscene that we are exporting goods to Israel that can be used for military purposes as they commit genocide. And this has to stop. As Minister for Transport, Eamon Ryan has the power to approve, to block these exports. It's given these companies a green light to trade with apartheid Israel. And I want to tell you that me and my Shanid colleagues in the Civil Engagement Group have introduced legislation that would forbid ministers of transport from approving exports of military or dual-use goods to Israel or to countries that send weapons to Israel. We need to pass the arms embargo bill so that our government can't make Ireland complicit in Israeli war crimes. I also want to say one other thing, and I'll try not to talk for too long, but illegal Israeli settlers have engaged in a coordinated campaign of violence against Palestinians in the West Bank. So I want to ask you, do you know that 4.2 million of Irish taxpayers' money is being funneled into companies that operate within illegal Israeli settlements in the occupied Palestinian territories? That's what our hard-earned taxes are going towards. The United Nations has compiled a database of such businesses, highlighting the complicity in perpetuating the injustice against the Palestinian people. These settlements not only violate international law, but they also lead to the annexation of Palestinian territories, the dispossession of Palestinian lands, and the relentless violence inflicted upon Palestinian community. It is a stain on our collective conscience that the Irish Strategic Investment Fund holds investments in companies that support and expand these unlawful settlements as identified by Human Rights Watch. It's imperative, it's absolutely imperative that we, the Irish people, take a stand for human dignity and justice, and the Irish state must divest from these companies immediately. We cannot turn a blind eye to the suffering and subjugation of Palestinian people any longer, and we must follow the example that was set by Norway's largest pension fund, which divested 23 million from companies operating in the illegal settlements. Do you know that last month the Attorney General gave a really powerful, our Attorney General gave a very powerful speech at the International Court of Justice outlining Ireland's position that Israel's occupation of the 1967 Palestinian territories is illegal. That's what he said. And he said in his speech, he noted that the EU has imposed measures banning trade with the investment in Russian-occupied Crimea since 2014. He also said that countries should not be trading with the illegal settlements because this was facilitating the continuation of illegal occupation. The gas thing is, the irony of that is that the government is hiding behind legal advice from the Attorney General's office to justify blocking the Occupied Territories Bill. They are not making decisions based on law or principles of the public's will. They are letting the genocide enabling...
There's going to be a protest at Shannon Airport on the 14th of April. Again, keep an eye on our website because we're going to go in our thousands and protest there to stop aircrafts carrying from the States to Israel weapons through Ireland. Ireland is neutral and should stay neutral. Our treasurer, Martin, is going to say a few words, if you don't mind. Please, Martin.
Thank you very much. I just want to thank everyone for your support, because without your support, we wouldn't be able to campaign the way we do. So I'm asking you, if you can, if you'd like to go to our website to make a donation so we can keep going. And the other thing I wanted to say is that if you can think of it, or if you can even a small standing order for as little as €5 a month.
Our next speaker is Rebecca O'Keefe. Rebecca is a lovely friend. She is a peace activist, author and researcher. Her book, Yalla Feminists, Arab Rights and Resistance, written with Lina Abu Rahfa, documents feminist resistance movement in the Arab region. She has spent a number of years working, living, traveling in the region, and she speaks some Arabic, including Palestine. As a former international basketball player, she is also a member of the Irish Sport for Palestine, having initiated the call for the senior Irish women's basketball team to cancel their fixture against Israel. Please welcome Rebecca. Assalamu alaikum, Ramadan Kareem. People often say that sports and politics shouldn't mix, that sport is an apolitical ideal of fairness and equality, that success is determined by merit and effort, and everyone stands on a level playing field, that sport is inspirational, a place for unity and even peace. We would like to think sports is all of these things. We would like sport to aspire to be all of these things, but we know it is not. We know the level playing field is an illusion, and we know that political neutrality in sports is also an illusion. When national sporting bodies and international organisations like FIFA and the Olympic Committee say that sports and politics shouldn't mix, we know it's an excuse. They're just being selective in their politics. Their own sporting charters oppose violence, promote peace, and support human rights. But their silence and inaction when it comes to sanctioning Israel exposes blatant hypocrisies, inconsistencies, and disregard for their own precedents. Where is the level playing field for Palestinians? Where are the repercussions when Israel decimates sporting facilities, turns Yarmouk Stadium into a mass detention centre, and continues to massacre Palestinian athletes and coaches? The complicity is glaring. But while these international sporting bodies display zero moral authority, we must still demand it and hold them to account. And make no mistake, pressure is mounting. Sports groups and organisations around the world are calling to ban Israel from all international competitions. And Irish Sport for Palestine joins these calls.
because we refuse to let sports become an accessory to genocide. The Olympics in particular will be a watershed moment. We cannot let it be another arena for Israel to display their Zionist nationalism, weaponizing sport for their own propaganda. If sport truly is a place for peace and unity, then now is the time to show it, in solidarity with Palestine. We all need to say we will not compete against Israel, who has the blood of thousands of Palestinians on their hands. Resistance requires all of us. A collective where every action, no matter how small, adds up. We all make a difference. And now, more than ever, we need to channel hope, love, kindness, and community in order to combat oppression and occupation in all its forms. Gur Mila Magwiv, Saoirse on Palestine.
Right, Rebecca, the Olympic spirits, our last performance, and don't forget the card. Our last performer is Martin Leahy. Martin is a Cork-based singer, songwriter, and anti-homeless activist. He will sing his song Palestine at this rally. So please welcome Martin Leahy.
Thanks very much. It would be great if he could join me on the chorus of this song. He'll pick it up easy enough. Without freedom or human rights and occupation by a military might, a clear command from an apartheid state, dominate, intimidate, humiliate, forced from their homes and to flee their land, a colonizing that never ends. Demonize, dehumanize, but they will rise, they will rise, they will rise, they will rise. Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. An open prison surrounded day by day by tanks and guns from the USA. And now we see more sickening war crimes. No medicine, water, food or light, while children under rubble slowly die. White phosphorus rains from the sky. We can't stand by and watch this genocide. No, we must rise. The world must rise. We must rise. The world must rise. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. From the river to the sea, Palestine will will be free. You will be free. You will be free. You will be free. You will be free.